Hey guys, my name is Divya. I am a doctor and I hold a management position in a healthcare company. I recently took the SHRM exam and cracked it. I've been doing a series of videos to help everybody out to crack the SHRM exam. This applies to everybody, regardless of whether you're taking the CP exam or the SCP exam. I really hope that you're finding these videos helpful. If you are, please take a moment and subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up because it keeps me motivated and keeps me going. So today's video is dedicated to all the questions and comments that I've been getting, and thank you so much for the response. I really do appreciate it. A lot of people have sent me a message saying that I took the SHRM exam and I did not pass. So what am I supposed to do now? So first of all, I want to tell all of you that you guys who actually talk about something that went wrong are a real inspiration. And kudos to all of you, honestly. This is not just a diplomatic statement, I so mean it. Talking about a failure or something that went amiss takes a huge amount of effort and honesty, and that just shows it shows your character and the fact that you're meant for real success. So please don't worry about a single stumbling block like a certification failure. It happens to anyone and everyone. So please take it in stride. So I wanted to dedicate this video to all of you guys and wanted to discuss 6 tips. 6 tips of what I would have done if I would have failed the exam the first time so as to pass on my second attempt. Tip number 1, my most important tip, take a break. You might feel like you don't deserve a break just because you didn't pass, but honestly, that's not true. I think what has happened is that you put in a lot of effort and a lot of time into studying, but something just went amiss, and I'm sure it was a matter of a few points. I wouldn't take this to heart, I wouldn't take this personally, and this is the time to really clear up your brain. Take a week off from studying and do something fun. Spend time with your kids. If you like to paint, indulge yourself in a little bit of painting. If you like cooking, this is the time to try those new recipes. If you do this for the first week and indulge your brain in something fun and creative, whatever creativity means to you, believe me, at the back of your brain, you're already processing what you're supposed to do differently and reinforcing this, and I'm sure you're going to come up with your own personalized plan. I can give you all the tips and all the suggestions, but your personalized plan from your own brain, which works in the back end and runs all these processes, is going to be tailor-made for you. So I would take a week off and just focus on doing nothing, on doing something nice, creative, and fun. Tip number 2, actually go over that exam report or the scorecard that SHRM sends you. So a lot of people have been sending me messages that the exam report isn't as helpful as they had hoped it would be, and I understand that. I think SHRM wants to send you a score without giving away too many details, but just take a minute and look at it. Just look at the sections where SHRM has told you that you've scored lower, because it just means that we can focus a little bit more time on those sections. Okay, my tip number 3. So you took a break, you've looked at your exam report, and now is the time to start studying. I would go over the sections, every single section in the learning management system or the books if you ordered the books, and read and reread every section. I do prefer paper while studying, so I would suggest that to everybody. But if you're one of those people who is comfortable reading off of a screen, be it a desktop, a laptop, a tablet, there are so many options these days, then please go ahead and do that. I think the point is just to read every section and reread it, because you really want to know that you went through everything and all the notes and learning modules offered by the learning management system. So my tip number 4 is to use the active recall method. And this is probably my most important tip in terms of studying. Of course, my most important tip was to take a break right after the exam. But in terms of studying, definitely use the active recall method. So I mean something very specific when I talk of active recall, and I use this across the board in most of my examinations. What I do is read about a topic or a section, and then I actually cover my notes or the book and try to recollect all the important points in a summarized manner, either in my brain or I write them down. Writing them down takes a little bit more time, but it's even better because it really cements the knowledge. And using active recall method without looking at your books or notes actually tells you that you know the material. It's proof. If you write something down and you haven't looked at your book or your notes, well, this is the evidence that you actually committed it to memory and you understand the topic. So I would use the active recall method for most sections and topics while you're studying for the exam. My tip number 5, use all the quizzes in the learning management system. Just ensure that you haven't committed the quiz questions to memory. So I would start with something that you don't really remember and then attempt those quizzes. Or you can just use the simple way of studying a section and then attempting the quiz. I would attempt the quizzes at both levels, CP level and SCP level, regardless of which level examination you're attempting. And I would reattempt the quizzes after a while. So if you attempted the quiz today for interpersonal or diversity, take it 2 to 3 weeks from today, because then you've most likely forgotten the questions. And this is really a good way of attempting a mini test, because quizzes don't last more than half an hour. And you can just, use a few questions to see if the knowledge is all there. Tip number 6, I think this is obvious, but I just want to put it out there. Use all the initial assessments, the post-tests, and the practice exams in the learning management system. Time your exams and remember that this is something that you should do maybe in the last month and a half of your studying, or month and a half right before the exam. This is the true test of putting everything together, all the sections, all the competencies, and all the topics. I used 5 of the exams out of the 6 offered by SHRM, but I would just say, just go ahead, take the time and do all of them. It's really good, really going to help you. An important pointer, you might feel that your score on a practice exam or a post-test is still low. Don't get discouraged by it. The point is not just to take the exam, a mock exam, but the point is to really learn from it. And if you're taking the exam, a mock exam on a certain day, please don't review your answers the same day. Review it the next day. Take that entire day just to go through the exam, where you went wrong and where you went right. This would really tell you that, yes, I have this right and I need to improve these topics and, study these sections. So these were my 6 tips to definitely pass your exam. And one more thing, guys, a little bit of a failure, a little bit of a certification exam going here or there literally does not prove anything. You are an HR expert, you are an HR professional. Nobody can take that away from you. A little bit of a lower score just means that there was a stumbling block or a hurdle on the way, and with a little bit of perseverance, we can definitely crack this exam. So I have full faith in every single one of you. Please, if you want me to do any videos that are going to help you, leave it in the comments below. I do read every single comment and try to respond to them. And I said, please like, share, and subscribe. I hope that these videos are helping you and can help someone else. Thank you so much for watching.